This is not just a border story. It is a story about shadows, secret routes, late night drives, and a smuggling network that investigators say stretch across an international border. And you know what? Who's at the center of it? A 22-year-old Indian national. Young, unknown to the public, but now indicted in the United States. You're watching TimesXP. It's me, Vriti Yatvi. It was early 2025. Snow covers large part of the northern frontier separating the U.S.-Canada border, a border often seen as a calmer than the southern one. But authorities say something illegal was moving through that silence. Not weapons, not drugs, people. Here's the allegation. US prosecutors claim that the man, identified only as Shivam, he was not just participating, he was directing the operation. From January to June 2025, investigators say that he coordinated the movement of Indian nationals from Canada into the United States. Destination? Clinton County, New York. Well, a secret vision, not the kind that usually makes global headlines until now. Then the night that raised red flag. Picture this scene for a moment. Border Patrol agents spot two vehicles traveling together near the frontier. Close formation, same direction. To trained eyes that can signal coordination, agents moved in to stop them. But instead of slowing down, both vehicles accelerated. A chase begins. Well, the moment spikes, sirens cut through the cold air. Moments later, chaos. One vehicle veers off the road and gets stuck. The other one is intercepted miles away in New York. Wait, inside the vehicle? 12 undocumented individuals, 12 lives packed into a dangerous journey. In the meantime, authorities claim that the real breakthrough came not from the road but from a phone. WhatsApp messages. According to court documents, chats between a driver and a number linked to Shivam allegedly revealed repeated coordination here. Here, we are talking about messages that reportedly included routes to cross the border, instruction for drivers, location of safe houses in upstate New York. Even proof of live photograph was sent during the transport. Well, a level of organization that investigators argue point to a structured smuggling effort, not a one-time act. Then comes the charges, and they are pretty serious. A federal grand jury in New York has now formally indicted him. The accusations include 1 count of conspiracy to bring undocumented individuals into the US, 4 counts of illegally transporting people for private financial gain. That last phrase matters because when money is involved, penalties escalate. You know what could he face? If convicted, then the consequences are severe. Up to 10 years in prison for each count. For the 4th main count, a mandatory minimum of 5 years and potentially as much as 15 years behind the bars. In other words, this is not a minor immigration violation. This is federal territory. But here's the bigger story few are talking about actually. The northern US border has long been viewed as less hostile. Yet, in recent years, authorities have warned of growing smuggling attempts, specifically involving migrants trying to bypass heavily monitored southern crossing. Why? Because many believe that Canada route is less crowded, less militarized, and less expected. But less guarded does not mean unguarded, right? And this case shows that surveillance is everywhere. And then there is the human side of the story as well. Pause for a moment. Behind every smuggling case are people willing to take risk. Freezing temperature, dangerous terrain, uncertain outcomes. Many migrants fall prey to networks that promise entry but deliver peril. Vehicles can crash, works can turn fatal. Abandonment is not uncommon. For authorities, this is not just illegal movement, it is a safety crisis. But you know why this case stands out? Look at the profile, 22-year-old. That is barely the age many finished their college. Yet prosecutors allege that he was coordinating cross-border movement. If proven, then it raises uncomfortable question. How are such young operatives entering the smuggling chain? Who builds these networks and how far do they reach? Because cases like this, they are rarely isolated. They often hint at a wider system operating quietly.